This video is sponsored by War Thunder. Before LEGO games had speedsters, some characters were already secretly faster in the older LEGO games. So who is the fastest character in every LEGO game? I checked the game files and raced every character to reveal their max speed and made a few even faster. I am going to be putting all of the characters onto a speed chart, and at the very end we will see who is the fastest. Let's go. First up, LEGO Star Wars: The Complete Saga. How fast is the average LEGO character? The answer is 1.2. Let me explain. In the files of LEGO games, this number system is how they set the speed for each character. They kept it simple like this in every LEGO game, all the way up to the Skywalker saga. And hidden away, there is a character who is 2 times faster than any Jedi/Sith, and the only way to play as them is in the Death Star with the Chi extra toggle switched on. This mobile toaster could hit light speed if he wanted to, moving at a max speed of 2.4. The same speed as Reverse Flash in LEGO Batman 3. Yeah, let that sink in. And did you know, if it wasn't for the mouse droid, Darth Defibrillator would have died before the original trilogy even began? There's a Star Wars comic where a mouse droid literally saves Vader. Yeah, it's canon. But unfortunately, Mickey the droid is not playable all the time, so that means the fastest character in the actual roster is the Droidica with a max speed of 1.8. Now, I don't know why, but I just had to know. I decided to race the slowest characters in this game, Yoda and the filing cabinet, and it was pretty sad to watch. But Yoda turned out to be faster with a speed of 0.14 compared to Gonk's whopping 0.12. Yeah, the Gonk is 10 times slower than an average character, and I know what you're thinking, what about when you enable Super Gonk? His speed reaches a maximum of 1.4, pretty impressive for a filing cabinet. The mobile toaster is on the speed board. Who will be the next character to top his speed? Next up, you gotta be fast, otherwise that boulder's gonna flatten you in LEGO Indiana Jones: The Original Adventures. They deleted the fastest character from this game, and I'll never forgive them, but here's where it gets weird. In the hub world, you might have noticed a character walking about that you can't switch to or play as. That character is Mr. Fez Monkey. So I got the monkey working, as I just couldn't help myself, and he's actually quite a bit faster than the average character. But the thought was still at the back of my mind, why was Fez Monkey never added? And that's when things got strange. When I went into the file to find his exact speed, I found this line. Extra toggle. I'd like to do this, but it might cause trouble. At first I didn't quite get it, but then I quickly understood why he was cut. He can use guns. This was my average Fez Monkey gameplay in LEGO Indiana Jones. His max speed is 1.7, putting him behind the mobile toaster, and because he was almost added to the game, I felt bad for him. That's why I put him onto the speed board. Only 1% of players know about the next LEGO game's fastest character. It is one of the biggest kept secrets in 2008's LEGO Batman: The Video Game. There's not many characters in the first LEGO Batman game, but there are a few characters that have weird secret features a casual player would never have noticed. Like, for instance, one character being secretly faster. Killer Croc is slightly bigger than the regular character size, which is 1.0 in the files. Killer Croc is 1.01. Now, I know that doesn't sound impressive, but because of his slightly bigger size, he can clip through certain doors, skipping areas by switching character near a load zone. Thanks BD1P for showing me this. So then, who's the secret fastest character? It's Mamba. Now, for LEGO Batman, they made the regular character speed faster to 1.6, and Mambat's speed is 1.67. Yep, I'm not joking, so I wanted to put his speed to the test, and side by side, you can see the difference. This means that genes make you faster, but you also have to be ripped and have giant wings on your back. Honestly, Mamba is so underrated in this game. That's probably because most players never play as him, because Mamba and Mad Hatter are the only 2 villains that appear in the story that you don't actually play as in the villain missions. Our favourite bat in jeans falls just below Fez Monkey on the speed board. Now, coming up, I have even more secret fast characters, and I will be revealing how fast all the speedsters go. Now, we're skipping past 2009's LEGO Indiana Jones 2, as all the characters have the same speed like in the original, and did you know in the handheld version you can actually transform into the monkey? That's something I would expect to see in a LEGO Harry Potter game. And what a coincidence! Look what's up next. Animal characters 99% of the time are faster in LEGO games, and there are 5 characters in this game who can transform into animals. They're known as animaguses. You have Rob Stark after the Red Wedding, the typical British pub name I'm Mortified Ron Weasley for life, how Tim Burton depicts Catwoman, and Paul McCartney. Unfortunately, the werewolf was nearly perfect with dig and super strength, but he can't sprint any faster than the average character, and the rat is kinda slow. I mean, it's a pretty fat rat. The fastest is the dog and the cat, and both have even speeds. Now, don't get upset, dog lovers, but the cat is better, because Professor McGonagall is secretly OP in this game. She can do the book puzzles, time travel, and the cat can go through the tubes. But whatever you do, do not transform back, otherwise you get stuck. Help me, Dumbledore! The dog does have a secret ability though, which is kinda neat. If you tap the build button, the dog will play dead. I guess this is how Sirius Black avoided going back to Azkaban. The cat and dog are going onto the speedboard with a speed of 1.6. Next up, I never realised this character was secretly faster in LEGO Star Wars 3 The Clone Wars, and it makes complete sense as the character is known for abandoning ships. The robot with serious lung issues is faster than every Jedi and Sith, unless the Jedis decide to use super sprint. We didn't forget about it, George. General Grievous is faster by quite a bit, and the reason for this is because the sprinting animations just wouldn't suit a slower sprint speed on General Grievous. This is why him and Mamba are secretly faster. You can blame Mace Windu for this, but General Grievous isn't the fastest because of his lung issues. It goes to the toaster yet again. And can you believe it, they actually nerfed him? His speed went from 2.4 in the complete saga to 2, but at least he's in the roster now. And when I raced the mouse droid against the droidica, it turns out they both move at the same max speed of 2. So here is the speedboard, and I'm gonna go and put the droidica on to rep LEGO Star Wars 3. Usually, next we set sail to LEGO Pirates of the Caribbean, and after checking, no characters are secretly faster, even the guard dog. So I am moving on, and you will not believe this next character is the fastest in LEGO Harry Potter years 5 to 7. It makes no sense. When you go to someone's house, you don't typically look at their sofa and ask how fast does it go. This is Professor Slughorn. He takes prop hunt very seriously. This armchair is faster than a dog, a cat, and every other character in the game, and moves at a speed of 1.8, the same as a droidica in the complete saga. And guess what? It comes in a variety of colours too. Get your living sofa today. There is a strict no return policy, as we are not responsible for your sofa running off in the night. A sofa is officially faster than General Grievous. It's now time for the newer LEGO games, and characters get a lot faster, and I will also be revealing cool speed glitches in some games that you have gotta try. But first, I want to say a big thank you to today's sponsor. This is War Thunder, the most comprehensive vehicle combat game ever. It's free on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and mobile devices. You can take command of over 2,500 tanks, planes, helicopters, armored cars of the 1920s to fighter jets. It's honestly insane, and it gets better. You can customize them all with camouflages, markings, there's decorations for every vehicle. Then once you're ready, you can jump into some epic PvP battles. War Thunder has one of the best vehicle damage models in gaming, and wait till you see the X-ray view. It's one of my favourite features. If your vehicle or an enemy is destroyed, War Thunder shows you exactly what happens. So join me and 95 million players in epic PvP battles. Grab War Thunder today, and if you use my links in the pinned comment or video description and make a new account or haven't played played in 6 months, you'll get a free bonus pack with premium vehicles, boosters, 100,000 silver lions, and more. Thank you, War Thunder. Next up, my name is Barry Allen, and I'm the fastest character in LEGO Batman 2. With the introduction of open worlds, they made all the characters faster compared to the older LEGO games, introducing sprinting, which increased the max character speed to 2.8 in the open world. Now, back in the day, some people said that the Flash felt slow in this game, and then others said he was way too hard to control. I mean, can you blame the guy? Imagine trying to turn your head with that bucket on. Now, there is a glitch in this game that doubles the speed of the Flash, but it does have some consequences. It can be a bit tricky to pull off. You have to enter the roller coaster at Amusement Mile in co-op and switch character just before the roller coaster takes off. And it only works in split screen, and if you try to drop out, your game will get corrupted and crash. So, without using the glitch, how fast does the Flash go in this game? 14 years later, the Flash in LEGO Batman 2 actually still holds up with some of the newer LEGO games, Speedsters, with a max speed of 7.5. But I had a big question on the back of my mind. Is the Flash faster than flying? So I channeled my inner Justice League and decided to race Superman against the Flash. I CGI'd Superman's tash out to make it official, and Superman won. But there is a LEGO game coming up where the Speedsters actually are faster than the flying characters. Flash is at the top of the speedboard. Which character will overtake him? Next, it is time to dramatically sprint across mountains and shout, "They're taking the Hobbits to Isengard!" in LEGO Lord of the Rings. This LEGO game's fastest character is completely different to what we have seen so far. Let me explain. They introduced items that you can equip onto nearly every character. A lot are cosmetic and simply there for jokes, and you guessed it, one of these items makes your character sprint faster. These would have been handy for Frodo and Sam in the movies. The decorative horseshoes increase your speed by 40%. If you can put up with constant trotting sounds, they are really good in getting across the map fast. Now, the average player would never have noticed this, but in LEGO Lord of the Rings, they made all the characters slower again, like in the older LEGO games. I guess they wanted to make the trip to Mordor feel more accurate. And when you apply the horseshoes, your top speed reaches 2, which is slower than the regular sprint speed in LEGO Batman 2. The horseshoes are now on the speedboard, and coming up, before we had Quicksilver in LEGO Marvel Avengers, who was the fastest character in 2013's LEGO Marvel Superheroes, the best-selling LEGO game. This was the first LEGO game to introduce big and chunky characters, and they made them fast. I mean, we all saw how fast the Incredible Hulk ran in the 2003 film. Unfortunately, bro ain't that quick in the LEGO game. It just made sense that they were faster, but I had to know how fast exactly, so I went away and raced every character from each big fig to characters who hover, slide, ice skate, and the results kinda shocked me because it turns out the big characters are the fastest, but there is one big character who is faster than them all. Now, I thought it would have been Rhino or Juggernaut because as a kid, I always thought they were the fastest because of their Naruto running animation. It would have been amazing if it was the Blob, but he needs to do a few more jumping jacks for that. A big character's max sprint speed in this game is 4, and this is where Tony Stark's $1 billion Hulk cosplay shines. When you hit Aura mode, you will automatically start at max sprint speed straight away. The same applies for Magneto, Mordok, and Storm. These are your best characters for getting around the map fastest when you're not flying. Hulkbuster is now second on the speedboard behind the Flash. The next LEGO game that released had 305 characters, but there's a twist. All of them are just disguises for the legendary cop Chase McCain. So none of the characters are faster, they all go at the same speed. And because of this, that means next up, it's LEGO Movie, the video game. This LEGO game is just okay. It's not one that I absolutely love, and they decided to ditch the open world to have mini hub worlds, which meant characters became slower because the maps are smaller, and even characters like Angry Kitty are slow. But there is a way to make all the characters faster, 2 times faster to be precise, by using the best thing about this game: pants. A lot of them you'll equip once and think, what have I done? They're just that stupid. Like the stinky pants, they make you magically follow through, sending you flying into the air. Then you've got these Michael Bay pants and the useful ones like Speedy pants. They go hard on Batman, mate. Rachel will come running right back. Oh wait, never mind. They are honestly so good and better than the horseshoes in LEGO Lord of the Rings, as they actually double the speed of your character, and when you pair them with the correct character like Superman, oh, you just become a powerhouse. And I love how they stay equipped during levels and when you switch character. Their top speed is 2.8, and because the maps are really small in this game, it does make them look like they go super quick. Next up, the LEGO game that killed Speedsters, and trust me, one character got done so dirty you will not believe it. It is honestly embarrassing. In LEGO Batman Goes on Holiday. You would think losing that bucket helmet would make the Flash faster. Nope, he doesn't even reach half the max sprint speed of the Flash in the previous LEGO Batman game. A banana truck can outrun him. I get why he owns a van now. And it gets worse too. Most people assume all speedsters run at the same speed in LEGO games, but that is not the case here. Do not, and I mean it, do not use Reverse Flash. I raced Flash against Reverse Flash and they both accelerated at the same speed. But when they hit max sprint speed, Reverse Flash just gave up. I am shocked they didn't take his name literally and make him sprint backwards. His max speed is 2.5. And Flash's is no better at 3.5, and they aren't even the fastest in this game. It goes to the big characters yet again, with the same top speed as LEGO Marvel on the speed board. Absolutely shocking. And did you know that there is a secret speedster in this game? The Fierce Flame. The character doesn't exist and is actually made up. Back in the day, TT Games hosted a competition where fans could submit a custom character, and the winner had their character put into the game. Honestly, what a cool idea, and she is faster than Reverse Flash. Subscribe and drop a like if you feel sorry for him. And soon we will see who is faster between Sonic and Quicksilver. But next up, get in a barrel and jump in a river. It's LEGO Hobbit. The horseshoes are back, but this time they aren't the fastest. That goes to this character, and I'll let Gandalf say his name.
His name is Beorn.
Beorn. I love how he says it. Watch what happens when you hold the build button as this character. He gets possessed by the bare necessities and turns into a literal bear. That's why he's so fast. He is easily one of the coolest characters in Middle-earth, and the films don't do him justice. In the book, he carries the Battle of the Five Armies. In the movie, they barely give him any recognition, just a 10-second scene in the battle, and I wish that he was the same size as he is in the level. He is chunky. Why did they make him so small? We have the big goblin character. It would have been fine in the game. And the bigger figs, yep, that is their official name in the files, are actually really slow in this game. They sprint at a max speed of 2.1. That chin is holding him back. Beorn the Bear just beats the mouse droid on the speed board with a max sprint speed of 2.5, the same as the horses that you can mount in this game. And yeah, your eyes are not deceiving you. That is the Goblin King riding a horse. Help me! Alright, next up, I had to know how fast are LEGO dinosaurs. It's LEGO Jurassic World. It would have been very stupid to make the dinosaurs slow in this game. Imagine a raptor getting beaten by little Timmy, or worse, Al from Toy Story. And thankfully, they did make them faster than average characters, but some dinosaurs deserve to be even faster. A prime example, the raptors. I have seen you match the speed of a motorbike, mate. Come on. So, I went away and raced every dinosaur from big to small, and I never ever expected the fastest dinosaur to be the one who doesn't look where he's going. This dinosaur is more useful than you think. He doesn't just headbutt stuff. You can complete a lot of races, which you need vehicles for just by using his charge attack. When charging, he reaches a max speed of 3, which is just a bit higher than the T-Rex, who has a max speed of 2.7, and I discovered something kinda crazy. When I was racing the big dinosaurs against each other, I noticed the Spinosaurus is actually slower than the T-Rex and the Indominus Rex in this game. Then when I went into the files, it confirmed that the Spinosaurus max speed is 2.4. Here is the current speed chart. It's kinda crazy that a dinosaur is faster than Reverse Flash. This is it, things are about to get fast, and Flash has some serious competition ahead as we're travelling over to the Green Hill Zone in 2015's LEGO Dimensions. Before anyone says it, yes, I am aware Quicksilver came out first before LEGO Sonic, as Sonic wasn't added to LEGO Dimensions until November of 2016, and Avengers released in January of 2016. I'm sticking to game release order, okay? So how fast is LEGO Sonic? Let's just say he isn't to be messed with, especially when you mix it with his jump dash ability, allowing you to kill enemies in quick succession and Transformers rollout. I just knew Sonic was a lot faster than the Flash in LEGO Batman 2, but I had to know how his speed compared with Quicksilver, and what I discovered shocked me. When I was inside Sonic's character file, above his speed was a line of code that said, "The sprint speed below is copied from Quicksilver, which took a while to balance." Going back to what I mentioned earlier, this makes a lot of sense. They made the characters around the same time. Quicksilver and Sonic both reach a max speed of 9. Myth busted. They're the same speed. Not quite, as there is also Supersonic, and after checking inside the character file, whenever you are in Supersonic mode, you get a small 0.5 increase in speed. And it lasts quite a generous amount of time, placing Sonic's max speed at 9.5 on the speed chart, quite a bit higher than the Flash. Quicksilver fans will say he is flying. You know what game is up next, but you don't know what's up next because the speed chart is about to explode. In LEGO Marvel Avengers, this and LEGO Dimensions are the only LEGO games to have speedsters who run faster than flying characters at max speed. And there isn't just Quicksilver in this game. You have Speed, my personal favourite. I love how you see his goggles when he's sprinting. Then you've got Spitfire, this typical looking Power Rangers villain who is a lot slower, and I like that there's speedsters who run at different speeds in this game. The same for Iron Man Mark 40, and their speeds are still quite fast with a max speed of 4. Then you have the custom character who is the fastest of the fast. If you change between two custom speedsters in the character roster, your speed will keep multiplying with the custom character, like the stud extras kinda. Resulting in this, you go so fast you can run in the air. One of the most insane LEGO glitches ever, and the best thing, your game doesn't even crash. You can just keep on going and going, getting faster and faster. Here is the custom character on the speed chart, and I have gone with unlimited speed. Coming up next, I have another awesome speed glitch. They see me rolling across Jakku. It's LEGO Star Wars The Force Awakens. BB-8 can go faster than Sonic in this LEGO game. Yeah, you heard me. If you head over to Jakku,
that junkyard?
When you land on this super creative Star Wars planet that is totally nothing like Tatooine, head over to this area where the sand dunes are, and this is where the magic happens. As BB-8, if you charge over a sand dune, you will hit light speed. No wonder the First Order couldn't catch him. Sadly, you can't go at this speed all the time, so I ain't counting this on the speed chart. Without hitting the dunes, BB-8's max speed is 2.5. Is the robotic basketball still the fastest character in the game? Unfortunately not, as yet again the big characters take the spotlight for being the fastest. And similar to LEGO Hobbit, the bigger figs like the Rancor are actually slower than the average big character, whose max speed in this game is 3.5. Why does Grumgar sprint so weird in this game? I'm putting Grumgar on the speed chart to represent LEGO Star Wars The Force Awakens, as the Wampa will appear later. Just wait till you see how fast he goes in the Skywalker saga. Things changed dramatically with 2017's LEGO Worlds next, as this is a sandbox LEGO game back in the early days when they were still updating this game with fresh content. They added an item towards the end of the game's life which made your character faster: roller skates. Doubling your speed from the average 1.4 to 2.8. I will say LEGO Worlds was very creative with its items, especially all the collab weapons. For Nexo Knights, Agents and Ninjago, if only it wasn't a buggy mess, it could have been so much more. The roller skates are on par with the speedy pants on the speedboard, and we've still got a few speedsters left, and this next one has the elemental master of speed. It's LEGO Ninjago the movie, the video game. You need to do Master Chen's dojo early in this game. Why? Because it unlocks some absolutely broken characters. Master Chen himself, who has multi-elemental spin jitsu, and Griffin Turner. I genuinely never stopped using him, because this game doesn't give you any flying characters, so speed becomes your best friend. Being honest, I ain't a massive fan of how they did the speed trail. Here, it's a bit much, and you can see they got it right in LEGO DC Supervillains. Oh, and Griffin Turner, he's not alone. Achronix is also in the roster. Both of them have a max sprint speed of 3.5. Now, on paper, that sounds slow. It's literally the same as the Flash in LEGO Batman 3. But here, the sprinting animation is a lot better, so you feel like you're going faster, and the open world is the level stitched together, so 3.5 speed actually feels fast in this map size, and it's not an ugly planet. And most people completely miss this about the speedsters in this game. They can sprint over the toxic swamp water in the jungle. It's such a cool little passive feature. Griffin Turner on the speed chart is just a bit slower than LEGO Marvel's big characters. I still cannot believe how they did the speedsters in this next LEGO game, because it doesn't even have a real speedster. It's LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2. What do I mean by a real speedster? Well, if you want speed in this game, you have to build it yourself in the character customizer. That's the only way. And you get to choose between different speed levels. Now, don't get too excited because they are all slow. Even the fastest option, I feel like Peter Parker trying to catch the bus. Here's a little secret though. Just like in LEGO Marvel Avengers, there's a speed glitch with the custom characters. But again, don't get too excited. If you switch from your custom speedster to a big character and then switch back, your speed increases, but nowhere near the level of LEGO Marvel Avengers. It only increases slightly. So I tested it, and after doing the maths, their sprint speed actually lands at around 4.5, which makes them just a bit faster than a big character. And they accelerate faster. It's time to dash over to 2018's LEGO The Incredibles. This LEGO game kinda lies to you, because when you are inside the character roster, it says the only speedster is Dash, but there's technically one more. Everyone's favourite car, Lightning McQueen. Ka-chow. I had to race Dash against Lightning McQueen, so I went up to the highway. Cars fans will understand why. And here is where it got interesting. They both capped out at the same base top speed, but Dash had a hidden advantage. If you want to hit Dash's true max speed, you have to use the spam method. When you activate Dash's boost ability, for a split second, he spikes to a max speed of 10.5. And you can trigger that boost every second, so instead of sitting at his regular speed of 5, if you constantly spam the boost ability, his max speed jumps to about 6.1. After doing the maths, which honestly feels right, because no offense to Lightning McQueen, but losing to a car would have been pretty embarrassing for Dash. Dash falls just below Flash from LEGO Batman 2 on the speed chart. Let's see if they finally did reverse Flash justice in LEGO DC Supervillains next. I'll say this straight away, they nailed the speedsters in this game. They feel so smooth and actually powerful. The animations match each character, the lightning trails look clean and a lot better. And for a long time, I kept seeing this myth everywhere, that Wally West is the fastest speedster in the game. And sorry to disappoint, but every single speedster in this game has the exact same top speed. Yes, even Reverse Flash, hooray! Now this this might be disappointing to hear for a few of you, but the max speed of the Speedsters in this game is 7, which is slightly lower than the Flash in LEGO Batman 2. But the controls are a lot better here, and speed isn't just what makes a Speedster good. There is one downside, however: they can't sprint on water or up walls like in LEGO Marvel Avengers. I really wish they could. Now, this doesn't count officially, but if you really want to go ridiculously fast in this game, take a Speedster, go outside of LexCorp and jump into the gyrosphere. Watch what happens. Now, I'm skipping past LEGO Movie 2 because we like to forget about that game sometimes, as every character moves at the exact same speed, even the Flash. And there isn't any items to make you faster. Instead, there's these stupid helmets that apply these ugly filters. Alright, time for the final game, LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, and I was not expecting this. The big fluffy ice monster from Hoth is ridiculously fast, with the movement boost upgrade maxed out 1 per move so quickly the game sometimes genuinely struggles to render parts of the map in time. Because the Skywalker Saga was developed on a completely different game engine, speed is calculated differently compared to the older LEGO games, so the raw numbers don't translate perfectly, like in all the other LEGO games. But I did the calculations, I converted it, compared distances and timings across past games, and the Wamper's max speed came out to roughly 8.1. Please bear in mind they are rough calculations, and you can visibly see how fast he is. The Wamper is just below Quicksilver on the speed chart. Thank you everyone for watching, and thanks again War Thunder for sponsoring this video. Sign up using my link to get a massive free bonus pack for PC and consoles. Here it is, go check it out. Adios everyone.